everyone. In today's episode of Elevate with Ankara, I'm going to be revealing the skirt that I made to elevate with Ankara fabric. So if you would like to see and hear all about this project, please continue to watch. Hello friends, thank you so much for stopping by the channel and welcome to the 18th episode of Elevate with Ankara that is being hosted by myself and Sheree of Sheree Thomas. My name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT. If you're new to watching, welcome. And I hope you consider subscribing, and thank you to all of my returning subscribers for coming back and for your continued support. As I always mention while introducing this series, if you don't know anything about this series, this is a series that Sheree of Sheree Thomas and myself have on our channels, and we are showcasing how one can elevate simple garments or any type of garments with Ankara fabrics, and each episode has a different theme and or an interview. So please make sure that you stop by Sheree's channel after you watch this video to see what she made for her skirt reveal, and I will link to her channel in the description box below. So for this episode, again, Sheree and I made skirts. I had several different patterns to decide from, and the decision was hard, okay? And I actually had decided on a pattern that I did not make because I wanted to like make a whole set, which meant that I wanted to make a skirt and a top with it, and I don't have enough time, or I should say I didn't have enough time. So I went with my second favorite option, which is the pattern that I am showcasing today, and that is Simplicity A605. And trust me, you will see the other skirt very, very soon for something else. So you just stay tuned to the channel and you'll see that one too. Now, although this was my second pick, this pattern is very good. It is very, very good. It's beginner friendly, and I am not disappointed at all. I truly believe that this skirt has been elevated with Ankara, and I believe that if you don't have this pattern, that you should definitely get this pattern added to your pattern collection. So let's go ahead and get into the details of this pattern. Again, I use Simplicity 8609. I have made this pattern before, but I have only made the pant view, and that pattern is wonderful as well. That's why I said just get the pattern in your stash. The pattern description is Mrs. Pull-on skirt and pants. Each are in 2 different lengths, and this pattern also includes a belt tie. The view that I made is view C, which is the longest skirt view, and I did cut out the belt tie, but I did not make it yet because honestly I just kind of forgot, and I was whipping things up and just went out and took pictures, and then I came back and I was like, oh. But yeah, I will make it up later and I'll talk about why, and then yeah, you'll eventually see it. So the fabric recommendations are going to be your batiks, your chambrays, your cotton types, your ginghams, your lightweight denims, and your linen types. The fabric that I use, as always, for this series is this beautiful and vibrant 100% Ankara fabric with a blue colorway that includes blue and white polka dots with a black background. The reason why I purchased this fabric is because my family and I, including siblings, some of my siblings, my mother, nieces and nephews, some close friends, we will be going on vacation very, very soon. That is coming up. And we plan on taking a group photo, and whenever we go on these trips, we always have a color theme, and the color for this photo is blue. So I purchased this because I thought it was a pretty unisex type of Ankara fabric, and I thought that, you know, I would go ahead and make this skirt for me, and I plan to use the rest of the fabric to make my boys shorts and bow ties, and I'm gonna also make a bow tie for my husband open, and I will probably just take a piece of this fabric and add a strip down to like a white button down shirt for the boys to kind of have this fabric more incorporated into their outfits. I don't want to make a full out top because I just don't think I'll have enough time. And then we will take family pictures as well. At that time, that's when you will see the belt tie, because I will have that made up and I will take that with me, and then you can see how the belt tie looked. But that is the reason why I went with this fabric, and I think it is lovely. I love how it turned out. I did just purchase this fabric about 2 weeks ago, and I purchased this from Afrique clothing store, and I purchased the 6-yard bundle just to make sure that I had enough fabric to make something for me, the boys, my husband, and you know, I'll definitely have way more fabric left than, you know, what I had planned, only because I'm not able to make them like full out button down shirts and things like that. So you'll definitely be seeing this again. But I will link to this fabric in the description box below, because this was newly added to the shop, so I'm sure that she has some if you would like to make that purchase. The sewing skill level is set as easy to sew, and that it is. Today is Sunday. I came home from church and whipped it up. Then I left the house to take photos and got my little video clips, and now I am filming it. I am filming it later in the night because I had other things to do, so it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. However, I'm not exhausted. I'm not exhausted because it was just that easy to make. For your notions, you're going to need thread and 2 yards of 5/8 inch elastic. However, I did make a change to that, so I will just talk about modifications and changes now so that you'll know what that is. So what I did is, instead of making 2 channels or casing, some call it, on the waistband to thread the 5/8 inch elastic through, I only stitched once, and I stitched 3/8 of an inch from like the top of the waistband. I then used 1 1/4 inch elastic to thread through the casing, and that was it. I closed it off, so I didn't make the 2 stitches. Now that does somewhat take away from the more crinkly look that gives you like a extra like paper bag type look from the waistband, and because that is the way the waistband is supposed to look. But I was okay from taking away from that. The reason why I did that to mine is because I do plan to lose more weight, and this is a garment that can be easily modified down to a smaller size, and installing and changing the elastic band the way that I did makes it much more easier to size down. So I was just looking out for future me and I'm okay with that. But I'll show you here on this pattern example how it was supposed to be. So, and again, excuse my nails, I'm working on something different, and so it looks like that. So here, right here, you are supposed to sew 3/8, I hope you can see this, 3/8 of an inch from the top of the skirt, and then you're supposed to make a second stitch and leave that open, because what you're going to do is thread elastic through this middle, and you're going to thread elastic through this bottom casing right here. And so the top is all enclosed because that's what's going to give you like a paper bag type of look. So again, all I did was told the top and just kind of imagine this line being just not there, and I just basically like how it is at the opening, and I just fit elastic through that would swallow up all of the opening, and that's what I did. But if you put all the channels through like you're supposed to, then it would look like this, and then like I said, this would be empty. You would thread elastic through here, thread elastic through here, and you'll have a more crinkly look. So again, mine doesn't look like that because I left this channel out. All I did was sew this thread down, and then this was all open. And here is a piece of the elastic that I used. So for the pattern sizing is from extra small through extra large. The finished measurements for this waistband, and it's not on the pattern, so you will definitely need to measure the waistband to get the size that you need. The size that I cut was the extra large. I could have used the large, or cut the large I should say, but I wanted to make sure that I had extra fabric within my skirt to make sure that my waistband would actually have the crinkly look, especially since I wasn't going to use like the double rows of threading for my elastic. There are only 3 pattern pieces to this skirt pattern. That includes the front, back. So the front and back is just the one pattern piece. You use the same pattern piece to cut your front and the back of the skirt. Then you have the waistband, and then you have the pocket pattern piece. If you make the belt tie, that is only 1 pattern piece. So at most you will have 4 pattern pieces. I definitely needed that after making my last 2 pattern piece heavy projects. So as far as the instructions, were the instructions easy? Absolutely. I mean, if you have any type of knowledge of sewing, you really can't mess this up. And I do think that it looks like the pattern cover. Honestly, with the pattern cover, you can't even really see what the waistband looks like because they have the ties on there. And if I put the tie on here, like after I make it, you're not going to notice the difference either. However, I do know what it's supposed to look like, so just minus that 1 casing, you know, but the overall look, yes, it definitely looks like the pattern envelope. And I just loved everything about this pattern. I love the ease of making the pattern, the simplicity, the 2 length options of the skirt, and how comfortable it wears. It wears so comfortable. And I just love how you can just dress this up or you can dress it down. Just a great overall pattern. And there's just nothing that I dislike about it other than the finished waist measurements not being on the pattern, but there's nothing about the actual pattern itself that I dislike. It's just, you know, just not having that information. But I did not learn anything new. No new techniques, no first time experiences. I've done this time and time again, but I did enjoy sewing it. I would definitely recommend this to others. This can definitely be an essential in your wardrobe. If you watched my 5 essential handmade garments video, you would have heard how I love an elasticated waist anything, and this pattern right here is a testimony that it still stands true. Definitely get this in your stash. So this pattern, this skirt pattern and pant pattern, is still available. It came out in 2019, and you can pick it up at Joann's or on the Simplicity website, and it's still in the drawers at Hobby Lobby. I paired my skirt with my cobalt blue cami that I have on right here. I've had this for years, and I purchased it from H&M. And for my 9 to 5 look, which is this right here, I also paired my blue Nikki blazer that I made in February of 2022 for the BHM Pattern Designers, and this is out of a blue twill. For my accessories, I am wearing a necklace that I purchased at Walmart a while back, and my earrings were a gift from my oldest sister. So now I will go ahead and enter a few more pictures and twirls of me and my beautiful Ankara skirt. Alright, so that is it for my Ankara skirt reveal. Please let me know what your thoughts are about this pattern and just anything in general in the comment section below. You know I'd always love to hear your thoughts. Please make sure that you stop over to Sheree's channel if you have not done so already to see her skirt, because it is absolutely gorgeous and she has an extra surprise for you as well. I'm getting ready to close out this video, but before you leave, you know what I'm getting ready to say. Please take a pause for the cause and click the like button and the subscribe button and the gray notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.